welcome to Larkin Design. I'm Theresa Moxley, and welcome to One Little Word 2016. So you may be familiar with the recent trend of selecting one word per year to sort of live with and live out, and to sort of help you gain perspective on things that are going on in your life. And I've done that sort of quietly the last few years and haven't really ever done anything with that. But this year I'm participating in a class, in a workshop that's hosted and taught by Allie Edwards, called One Little Word. And in order to practice this in my life, I decided that this year I wanted to get more out of having this one word, and then I wanted to actually do some journaling about that and do some processing about that for myself. So today I'm going to start that process, and I'm going to share that with you here on the YouTube channel and on my blog. And so I hope that you will enjoy following along with me on this journey. I chose the word shine this year, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more on my blog. So if you want to read the whole story, please go visit my blog at larkindesign.squarespace.com, and you'll be able to read the whole story about why and how I chose this word. But just a quick summary, my goal is this year to shine personally and professionally and creatively, and that is just sort of the feel that I want to have for myself for this year. In the past, I've chosen words like restoration and healing, and I think that I'm always going to be doing some healing and some processing, and I'm always going to be working on going through and just dealing with things that have happened to me in my life. But now it's time to shine, and it's time for me to do well, and it's time for me to recognize for myself that I'm doing okay. And so this is going to be helpful for me, I think. So what I'm going to do today is just go through, Allie issues a prompt once a month, and so I've sort of gone through and pulled a couple of products, and I've worked on the prompts that she's given us, and I've sort of just pulled some things together that sort of helped me to feel that word. I chose the 6x8 gold album that is in her shop, and because I love gold, and I think that if your word is shine, then your album should shine as well. So I'm really excited about using this album. And one thing that I did, this just kind of happened by accident. I was working with some navy embossing powder, and sometimes your desk just becomes the site of happy accidents. And so I embossed this little Heidi Swapp star, and I'm going to put that on my cover. I'm going to use some glossy accents, and I think it needs to be, I'm going to cover it with some glossy accents as well. But I'm not going to do that on the camera, because that stuff takes a while to dry. But I will show you photos of the finished cover later on. But what I did want to just sort of go through is my process of just sort of putting the things together in my album that I have. And I went through to find, I wanted to find a photo of myself. You know, and I think that one of the things that I want to do in my journal and in my album is just find photos and make a habit of taking photos of myself that help me feel good about myself. And if you grew up like me, you probably were taught not to be proud of yourself, or not to be, you know, too vain or too whatever, and too many selfies, too this, that, or the other. And yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I think that it's okay to take pictures of ourselves and to feel good about the pictures that we take. And so I want to feature some of those photos in this book this year, because I think that I need to be able to see myself in a positive light. And we all deserve that. So that's my challenge to you today, to go and take some photos of yourself and get in front of the camera, get yourself a remote control, use the timer that's on your phone, use the resources that you have to help take pictures of yourself that make you feel good about yourself. Don't be afraid to use those filters. Don't be afraid to try a different angle, or to take 10 poses to get one shot that you really like. Don't be afraid of that. So anyway, this is sort of just what I've started with, and I don't know like where I'm going exactly, but this is what I have. I want to do a monthly divider. I didn't order, there are dividers that are available from Allie Edwards' shop, and I didn't order those because I really am a fan of my vellums and my transparencies. You probably have figured that out about me already. And so I just wanted to use some of these and make my own dividers. So I've got a couple of those, and I've got my reason why and my definition, and then I printed out just from Pinterest a couple of quotes that talk about the word shine. And I created this, just it's a quote from Pinterest that I just hand wrote in Photoshop, and then there's something on there. These are the prompts that were given the year ahead, and there's just some questions about that and intentions. Oh, and there's another quote there. I haven't written this one out yet, but you know, that's okay. And then of course, how serendipitous that Maggie Holmes' last collection was named Shine, and so I want to use that. There's that one, that glitter word, which is lovely, and Shine Bright there. So both of those are really awesome, and they're going to go somewhere. So anyway, I know that I'm sort of doing this real time, and I'm just kind of all over the place because I don't really know exactly how I expect this to look, or I don't have any sort of preconceived ideas or anything. I'm just sort of going with what comes, right? And so one thing that I need to do is to, when you open the album, you need to know immediately, you know, what this is. This is Shine. This is a book about the word shine and what this word means to me. So I'm going to just set that aside right there. And I kind of, like, really, I don't mind if this is the cover. If this is the cover, and then maybe put the reason why card here, and I'll just read this to you. My reason why: because in the past I have focused on healing and restoration, and now it is time to just be. Be awesome, be creative, be incredible. It is time to shine and to recognize that I already do. Go me. And then this little quote is by Maya Angelou. Nothing can dim the light that shines from within. And then I wish this was transparent, but I kind of want this. I don't know what I want. This is the hard thing for me about videoing in real time, videoing my process in real time. Maybe if this is the opening page. I'm sorry I keep popping that open. I know that there's a lot of people have been using, and Allie used the 3x8, but I haven't committed to that because I think that this word is just almost too big to fit across there. Maybe not. What if we do that, and then is that too much? That's short. Yeah, that makes it off-centered. Maybe do a sheet of paper, a solid sheet, and punch this. Let's see. There's a punch. Here we go. Let me go ahead and punch this. And some of this, you know, it's just a matter of like seeing what I like, seeing what looks good, and I gotta find these holes. So let me make sure I get this straight here. This always leaves a thing in there. Now I need my scissors. Okay. Not that one, that one. Here we go. And re-straighten. Obviously, once I get this punched, I'm going to have to readjust the word because I think it's going to be right in the way of that hole. So I'll take care of that once I get this lined up. These page protectors just slide around. Let me try to do this. All right. I think I'm going to reinforce these as well with some craft paper reinforcements, just because I expect this is the first one, and so this is going to get, this little vellum is going to get some use. Let me grab those there we go. Reinforcements. And y'all, there's like construction going on right outside my window. They're building a new road at the end of the end of our street, and so that's what all that noise is in the background. And I am like so sorry. Those trucks drive me crazy sometimes. And today just happens to be a loud day. Alright, I think that 6 of these would probably be a bit too much. But how about 4? I don't know, I think they just add a little bit of a crafty look with the where I've done some misting and stuff on the other pages. So, and the sparkle of the stars is a bit much. Alright, and then you do on the back. I don't do this very often. I don't use reinforcements like this very often, but that's okay. Okay. So that's that. And then I'm going to find a piece of paper. Let me find something to put in that. And I also, just real quick, wanted to move this out of the way. Okay, I've got what to do on the back of this, and so I've got these two, and you know, I don't have to think real hard about this, right? This is just put it where I feel like putting it, and don't overthink it. That's okay. Here we go. Now, what I did, I took the prompts after I printed them on just some regular white cardstock, and I cut them out, and I sprayed them with the star stencil, just with some Heidi Swapp mist, and I did that on all of them. I just wanted something that was kind of subtle on the background, but just to add a little bit of color. And then I sewed the sequins onto that. Now, this one can go right here. And then I also need, I want to do a little card right here, and maybe use one of the stickers from here. Maybe just those flowers. Alright, so that's something else that I need to find. And then I've got a whole sheet here that's going to house these two. And I'm just going to put these back to back for now. Okay, and those are just going to slide in there. And then I'm probably going to do, I think one of the things I'd like to do is just as I create little sayings and take photos and journal different things about this journey, just make them and slide them in the pockets and let this evolve. You know, I'm used to creating December Daily and creating the album beforehand, and this is totally not that kind of album. So this is kind of different, actually. And that's kind of fun too, to explore the process of creating an album for the long term, because this is going to be a year-long project. And I think that, you know, the prompts will come once a month, but working through the prompts will be a month-long process for me. And so, and this already has kind of been a month-long process. I've been writing in another little notebook. I know that Allie Edwards created a journal as well, but you can use any kind of notebook just to write down some things that you're working on. Right now I'm working on these intentions, and so I'm sort of jotting down in my private notebook just sort of what I'm processing, and then it can go in here. But you totally can just write from stream of consciousness in your album as well, and that's okay too, because definitely this can be just a journaling, just write it down straight in here kind of thing. I think that I'm probably a bit more working in my notebook first, just because I'm creating this publicly. So, and that's okay too. Alright, I'm going to go and find a little piece of paper to slide in here, and probably do a little label here that says one little word and the year. And I'm also going to find a little card to go in there, and I'll be right back. Alright, so rather than using the 3x8 page protector, I think I'll save that for later. I just went ahead and chose this simple wood grain paper from Maggie Holmes, and I cut it down so that it would fit better. And then, where did that little trim piece just go? Okay, that little trim piece from the E, I'll find that later on, won't I? So I just punched that so that it fits, and so that's my opening page. I still want to do a little, I think what I'll do is find a little label and put one little word, 2016, on there, and maybe just type that on my typewriter. And then for this little space right here, I found this paper, and I need to round those corners. I think what I'm going to do is so I know that this drives some people crazy. If there's one thing that has rounded corners, then everything should be rounded corners. But and I'll tell you what happened was that this little sequin frame is a Becky Higgins Project Life thing, so it had the corners rounded, and it just didn't look right to have the corners rounded on that and not have the photo with rounded corners. So let me just put a strip of adhesive on that, so that it won't slide around. So I happen to be one of those weird people that I don't mind if one thing in the pockets is rounded and everything else is square, especially if it's a photo. Photos lend themselves to having the corners rounded, and then that's okay right there. And so what I thought I would do is put something on top of that, and I kind of almost want to use that. Here we go. It's okay to have more than one symbol. I've used a lot of stars, and there's a heart that's sort of sparkly. And so why not use this too? It's sparkly. Because this can be a collection. This can be sort of a curation of sorts of all the different things that remind me of shine. Alright, so look for that in the ending, and then that's pretty much where I am right now and what I have. Alright, I will see you back later on with another episode in this series for One Little Word. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.